What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation. Yeah, hey, thought we could do something different tonight and be all up on Zoom. Yeah, how's it going, guys?
You thought it just might be fun to do a Zoom. There's no other particular reason, right?
Exactly.
Nothing happened.
This is
You thought it might be a fun goof.
this is different. See?
You didn't fuck up the studio?
What are you talking about?
100% your fault.
What? There's nothing wrong with the studio. The studio is fine.
Really? Then why aren't we there?
I'm just gonna turn this camera a little bit more that way. There we go. Yeah.
Is it so we don't see the mess,
fine.
Jason?
Everything's fine. Wait, no, a little bit more the other way. Don't want to see anything over there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's gotta be very. It's great within a 3 foot by 3 foot cube.
I didn't do anything. We're just here to have fun, guys, and do our show. We haven't. It's nostalgic. We haven't done it this way, in a while.
Since COVID?
Yeah,
This is not a good time.
Yeah, everybody's getting nostalgic
This
for
isn't
COVID.
this isn't fun. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Anyway, welcome everybody out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation. I'm Jason the X. Everybody, I'm on the board making things look pretty and twist knobs and everything. Over there, that's Cora.
Hi. Sorry about my bad lighting. I live in a garage.
She does. She lives in the garage. And down there, that's Kat, and there's Cass over there. Nice background, guys.
Yeah.
Looks like a bed sheet.
Very professional. Good. It's not a bed sheet.
Looks like a bed sheet.
Not a bed sheet. It's a quilt.
And you better not trash on the quilt. My mom made it.
It's really pretty. I love
I didn't
it.
trash on the quilt. I just said it wouldn't.
Quilts made by cats. No, made for Cat by our mom.
It's a proven fact that quilts made by somebody else are typically the best and highest of quality. So
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
warmest and
Really
nicest.
good at it.
Yeah, she is.
Anyway, yeah. So okay, full disclosure. I was trying to do something and it messed up. So I think we're fine. I think the studio is fine. This looks good. Is that a toy? Wait, I haven't opened that yet.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Oh, hey, this one's new.
What is
Put
it?
that away.
Huh?
What is it? Oh, is that the one that you were gonna order at the con?
Yeah, I actually saw them in Target today, so I got all 4 of them.
Yeah, I remember you geeking out about it.
I got the regular ones. The one I got from SDCC was oh hey, welcome to the chat shop. Was like a special convention edition, and I honestly I didn't want to go get them. But also somebody finally posted a couple of pictures from SDCC on their social media, and they look great. A couple of months old, but they look great.
I've been doing that. I was surprised, like genuinely surprised, how many of my highlights from last year include you guys. Like, that's cool. I love that. It was just kind of surprising that to be like, wow, like really most of them. I wasn't surprised when Cass was in them, but like most of the cool stuff we did last year was
We had a
all
lot
of us,
fun
or
over the
most
summer.
of us, and we'll be all of us next time.
Yes.
So we do have a bit of news this week. One that our story is kind of just combined on. So at least a couple of us, we all have an opinion on it. So guys, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. So this will be a main cam story because 6 days ago, a little game called Palworld released, and 7 million users in 5 days.
Ooh.
That is an impressive, very impressive feat. Except for just one little thing. It looks like Pokemon with guns.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's why.
I don't think I even noticed the exact resemblance.
I mean, granted, this is like a dream of mine, Pokemon with guns. This was like something that I thought only... I'm happy that somebody else had this notion in their head to have, but yo, it's... There's some similarities, and honestly, when I first started seeing images of this game, I actually thought it was a Pokemon game. It's like, why is Pikachu strapped? Look at that. Pokemon's... or not Pokemon. I don't even know what they're called. It looks like Monster Hunter and Pokemon had a crazy looking child here.
It really does. It's really cute in the trailer. It's really cute until about halfway through. You're like, something's wrong here. Something's a little weird.
Something's very wrong here.
According to some people, it's over 8 million, and that was 23 hours ago.
Oh, wow. Then my numbers are old. Wow. I mean, this could just be that bump, you know. I haven't played the game. I don't even know if it's actually good.
I've been watching a couple of my friends play it the last couple of days, and it's real fun to watch someone play it. I don't know how fun it is to actually play it. But it does...
I'm sorry, are you essentially doing Poke battles where your Pokemon are, strapped?
Yeah, essentially. Like, you can give your Pokemon guns and capture them in special little, essentially, Pokeballs, and then you take them back to your like base camp, and then they do labor for you.
Do they
you can you can also catch humans and do the same thing, by the way.
So does Pikachu here, or Pikachu, just basically cast Gat and
essentially just this same thing over and over. But you can ride an alpaca in Palworld, and you can't do that in Pokemon. So like they've got that.
Oh wait, an alpaca, not a fantasy Pikapaku. Like
I mean it
like an alpaca.
It looks like one of those like plushy alpacas, but with like thigh high pink boots.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's actually really cute. I like that one.
Xbox's numbers say that on average, players who logged into the game played it for over 200 minutes. That's a really high engagement score.
Xbox
Yeah.
needed a win too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's included in Game Pass.
Is it?
Oh.
Yes.
That explains the user base.
No, because 8 million is sales, early access sales on Steam.
Wow.
Damn.
But
So
I'm
there's
pretty
a
sure
lot
it being
more
on
than
Game Pass is not
Okay.
hurting those playing numbers as well.
Is it cross-platform?
Just Xbox, Steam.
I could see it being Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's not really cross-platform. It's Microsoft. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm not sure if it's cross-platform. I kind of want to try it because researching the story, I did see a lot of people praising it, and I have. Oh, Kitty.
Kitty!
I mean, I have Game Pass. I should be trying this game.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely worth a try, especially if you have Game Pass. When I was watching people play, they were complaining about like graphics not loading. Sometimes you would just like fall off of things. Like he was flying and he just fell off his bird into the ocean and drowned, and had to go back to the nearest cliffside to get his stuff back.
So basically, just any Bethesda game release. Very similar.
Hey, if they're making
Pretty
Indiana
much.
Jones, they couldn't be happier. Now, okay, so the game is being played by a lot of players, but it has caused a bit of anger in the Pokemon community.
Yeah.
Talking claims of plagiarism, blatant ripoffs, and I don't think it is a blatant ripoff. I mean, look, Pokemon and Digimon had some serious similarities going in there.
Sent you side by side comparisons. It is often blatant.
But yes, on the side by sides on this, I can't help but agree with some things that the Pokemon community is saying. But there's another portion that's issuing death threats to the people of this company, and that's never
And
cool.
that's too much.
No, you don't do that.
But
And they've been wanting Nintendo and the Pokemon company to take some sort of legal action. And we all know Nintendo and Pokemon, super litigious.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
Yeah, and the fact that they haven't tells me something because the copyright laws in Japan and the US are quite different. They're not as strict as they are in the US.
Okay.
Pokemon did issue a statement, though. They plan to, their statement they released on the 24th, actually, in English and Japanese on their website said, while this isn't a promise to pursue legal action against Pocket Pair, it's clear that the Pokemon Company can't ignore the rampant comparisons that have popped up in the wake of Palworld's success. We've received many inquiries regarding another company's game. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon. Now, they have already started taking legal action against modders who were putting Pokemon characters in the game. And
yeah, that makes sense.
if you want a quick way to get their attention, they were fast on this. They were on it. And you got sites now, they're like, we're not even going to host the content because we don't want to incur the wrath of Pokemon and Nintendo. So they were able to act fast on this, but not so much on Palworld because those laws are not as strong. It's going to be harder for them to prove this case.
They're going to face a lot of very angry people who like both if they try and shut it down.
But game director and Pocket Pair CEO Takuro Mizobi also released a statement. I received a variety of opinions regarding Palworld, but all productions related to Palworld are supervised by multiple people, including myself, and I am responsible for the production. I would appreciate if you refrain from slandering the artists involved in Palworld. Strong statement, but not one of, yeah, we didn't rip anybody off. Come on, man. It's more of like, look, I followed the laws. I know what I can do.
Yeah.
Well, it also should be noted, and people have pointed this out as well, that Pokemon also kind of stole some designs from stuff like Monster Hunter, or not Monster Hunter, Dragon Quest back in the day, and Digimon did the same thing. Like, it's common. So there was a comparison I saw. It was some of the monster designs for Dragon Quest back in the 1980s, and then comparing it to some of the stuff in Pokemon that came out in the 90s. And a lot of it is like Shelter's design. That's not a unique design to have eyes on a shell, but some of it was really close. So I'm sure that some of that might be another reason Nintendo's being a little bit more cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they basically said they put out this statement so that people stop asking them if they've heard about it. Like, yes, we know, but in the meantime, it's gotten over 70,000 reviews on Steam, is it a 93 positive, which is insane, and has hit 2 million concurrent players. If you just Google Palworld, you see a lot of like strategies for how to play, which is usually good news for a game. People care more about, or quickly pivoting to care more about the game than about the comparison or anything else.
Or even like memes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like a couple of the friends I've been watching play have mentioned that like they could see Pokemon in like incorporating a survival element to their game like Palworld has, and they don't like that idea. They like it for Palworld because of what the game is, but they don't want Pokemon to do the same thing.
Yeah.
It would just be different and different in a way that's not fun anymore.
I mean, it almost seems like they have to do that now just to like hit back at Palworld. Like, we're going to borrow something from y'all, you know?
Also, keeping your game very separate to me makes a lot more sense. Like, okay, they have their thing that they're doing, and we're not going to be the same thing, so we don't occupy the same space, which makes sense.
I kind of, at this point, want to try it because I got Game Pass. Why not? I have to see what the hype is. I mean, apparently it's good.
Really, the question is, why do you have Game Pass?
For the kids.
Oh, okay.
The-
It's the only acceptable answer. I did that or I got a gift card.
Because I have children. That's why, anyway. But yeah. I'm going to be watching this closely, though, because I want to see, is Nintendo going to, like, you know, go at them? Or do they have, I mean, look, like I said, look how quickly they jumped on the modders and stopped them cold. They were done within hours. And it's almost like they know we can't get them. We got to flank them somehow. But also, you're going to anger a lot of people. My reaction there. Somebody said my reaction.
I don't even know what the right move is by the company. I don't know.
Anything, Cora? Like, what is the option here? You don't want to go after this smaller company with the mighty power of Nintendo and Pokemon and just steamroll them because they easily could, I'm sure.
They easily could, but I do appreciate that they're like taking small steps because Palworld could still also very easily go, yeah, but it's not the same game. That may look like a Pikachu, but it's not a Pikachu. We didn't call it a Pikachu. This creature looks like one of the other Pokemon, but it's not what this is. It's called Depresso. That's different.
It's like a pair of Air Jordans without the Jumpman on there, you know?
Yeah. Like if there's enough distinction from the Pokemon and the creatures in Palworld, and there is definitely enough difference in the gameplay and how you capture them, because even though you catch them in a ball, the way the timer works is different. You can catch people that you can't do that in Pokemon.
Once again, a dream of mine. I just want to throw Pokeballs at people and capture them. Maybe I created this game or something and I just didn't realize it. Am I the CEO?
Also, there's guns. Pokemon doesn't have guns.
Yeah, once again, am I the CEO of this company like in my sleep or something? Am I like just like attending board meetings? Well, I have been tired lately. Is that it?
It does seem definitely your vibe. Yeah,
yeah.
I think, first of all, the fact that the Pikachu doesn't have an AK is significant enough. And secondly, I feel like there should be a Pokemon named Depresso, and I think we all know it's Psyduck.
Psyduck.
Yep.
Oh
I-
God, yes.
I do want to say Depresso is currently my favorite creature in Palworld.
Oh my
Because
God.
my friend has one, and he's like he's immune to any problems because he's just too cute. And he showed us what he looks like when he's like mining, and he's got a little pickaxe, and he's just
So the real answer
just
to
so
all this
sad.
is just to give Pokemon guns. Like,
Oh, also you can butcher them. I forgot that one part.
Whoa.
You get
You have
you
Depresso meat?
you can have Depresso meat, but no one wants to do that because he's too cute.
I mean,
you can butcher them?
You get a meat cleaver and you can turn them into meat.
I think it's funny. There's been some outcry about, well, that's animal cruelty, and I'm like, go look at Pokemon.
Yeah.
They put them in a ball.
I genuinely, the fact that you can do the same thing to humans as you can to.
It's equality.
You can't butcher the humans. You can't butcher the humans.
Well, why not?
That's what I figured. But the fact that you can mostly do the same thing to humans as you can to pals, really, to me, that's equality.
You can sell them too.
Yes, that's equality.
Oh,
I don't know if you can sell the humans. I know you can sell. Oh, I know you
I'm
can.
still gonna play
I'm
this
sorry,
game,
you
but
can't.
I feel a little guilty now. But just a little bit. Anyway,
guilty about which part?
I don't know all of it. Like they're gonna shoot each other for one. We're gonna do gang warfare with other Pokemon. Someone's
All
dying.
of it matters. You don't play FPSs? Like,
Yeah, you don't kill people in games, Jason?
Well, no, we shoot the guns out of their hands, and
he's just sleeping.
I think it is all tuckered out.
Poor little guy.
he's just having a nap.
How naive are you about Call of Duty, Jason?
I don't play Call of Duty. I play the
The
hell
fact
out
that
of
you
Destiny,
play the
though.
Horizon games.
Okay. I looked it up to make sure about the selling people part.
Okay.
And
Oh God.
you can kidnap and sell humans just like pals, although you are warned it's not very polite. It's not very polite and is considered inhumane.
The game has to tell
Okay.
you that human trafficking is bad.
I mean, doesn't it though?
I feel like this game
Oh
might
my God. This
like
might be the greatest game ever. Maybe I'm wrong. I was like 50-50 on Palworld coming out of all this. I think I'm on Palworld's side, you know.
this game I think is a secret under the wraps collaboration between like PETA and some sort of let's not do war anymore organization.
Oh, I thought you were about to say the people that made, was it Sound of Freedom or whatever? Movie that just came
Oh,
out?
I
don't know,
think
something.
I kind of enjoy the idea that, you know, if you go to catch one of these, I don't know what you call them. What do you call them anyway?
pals.
Pals. That's dumb. But they stand a fighting chance against you because they can shoot you. It's kind of like if you went deer hunting and one of the deer pulled out a gun on you.
My friend was wandering around just like exploring, and he got caught between a fight that two pals were having with each other. Like he just entered the same area and he got bulldozed by these things.
Okay.
They killed him and went back to their turf war.
That's because he should have minded his business.
Exactly.
It's like if normal prey animals develop thumbs. It's on, baby.
I encourage deer to develop thumbs. I think they would appreciate it.
It's like if you were trying to hunt a Ninja Turtle. All right, so to come out of all this, I'm gonna go play Palworld at some point just to give it a shot. I can get it on Game Pass for free. I got to try this out. So maybe I'll stream it or something after I clean up this.
Definitely stream it.
Fix this studio. I mean, after nothing is wrong with the studio.
Uh-huh.
Sure, Jason.
Anyway,
Sure.
anybody else got anything else on Palworld? Just,
I'm looking through all my notes about it. Hang on.
I think I got all my notes out about it. Just I wanted to get the statements out there because
There's a lot of stories about. There's one guy who posted a side by side of the models, and they were like, "Oh, you modified that. You modified that." He scaled it. He scaled it. That's all he
oh wait,
did.
I have the one that you sent over of a comparison. Hold on, let me.
Oh, I sent 3 or 4.
Yeah, there it is. Let me go to that real quick. Okay, look, that's the same character. That's the same damn thing. Okay, I'm like at the office right now. They're the same image. It's the same image. I don't care. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I'm leaning a little less towards Palworld now because that is definitely the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Don't slander our artists. Wait a minute, Mr. High and Mighty. Hang on.
And when you say artists, do you mean tracers?
You just hang on 1 second.
This is my totally unique character. Do not steal.
Hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just make
Change
sure
it up a
you change
little.
a couple
Just
things.
change it up a little. Wow. I take it there's more of those cat. I only got the one you sent pre-show.
Oh, really? Hang on.
Yeah, I only got one from you. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't sweat it. Maybe this will be like a further story. We got to get through some other stuff anyway. So let's see. We can go ahead and keep it going with some game news if somebody else has more to contribute on that. Anybody?
Actually, no. Not on
No.
game.
Nobody's got game news this week?
No. I
What's
have.
wrong with y'all?
Well,
Okay.
this game was like the whole thing this week.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's got any anime news. Anybody got any anime news?
Oh, I got a lot of anime
Kat,
news.
you got some anime news?
Actually, weirdly, I don't.
Oh, how about Kat? You got some anime news?
Yeah, no.
Let me check my notes here. No. Oh well, there's no anime. Okay, no anime.
Excuse
news.
you. Excuse you.
Cora, which one of your anime stories would you like to start off with? Because you are all anime this week. You certainly put up the slack for everybody else.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the sad one out of the way, or like the
Oh, okay, I'm ready. I got you.
yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and get that one out of the way. So back in July of 2019, we talked about this on the show. The Kyoto Animation Studio was the victim of arson. In this arson attack, there were 32 people that were injured, and unfortunately, 36 people lost their lives. The culprit behind the attack, Shinji Aoba, he had his court hearing today. So this is breaking. And he was found guilty of his crimes, and his punishment is death.
Ooh.
Japan does not do that very often. Like, you hardly hear about it, but with the severity of the crime, yeah.
I'm shocked they went for the death penalty on that. Wow.
They mentioned last year they were going to be seeking it because of the severity, and that's what we got.
I'm gonna have to agree the punishment's fitting the crime here because that's a lot of people that lost their lives for literally nothing.
Yeah. I don't remember his original reasoning for why he did it, but it doesn't matter.
I remember you covered it in great detail on the show.
Yeah.
It was a while. This was years ago.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what his reasoning was. Nothing is going to justify the outcome that happened.
I guess it's finally good to hear an ending to that one, though, because I do remember you bringing it up like several times, like with the injuries when the initial event happened. So, yeah. Wow, you were heinous enough to let Japan pull the death penalty out. Wow.
Yeah, and they, as far as I'm aware, do not do lethal injection. So I don't know what the full extent of that punishment will be, but I don't need to look into it any. No, we're not going to say it on air, and I don't really need to look into it further because.
Well, this is closure one way or another. So
yeah.
Exactly.
And while we don't want to get into a political thing about the death penalty,
this is more just this is closure to a long running story.
Yeah.
our hearts still go out to the families affected by this, because nothing's going to ever bring them back. That's, disappointing. Anyway, somebody pick us up, please.
Another one to pick it up. Do you have another anime story that's better, happier?
I do. I have a real quick one.
Okay.
That I can do. And this is involving the first Slam Dunk, the movie. They brought it back for a 1-day screening in Japan, and I was just baffled by the outcome of it, which was 130 million yen from a 1-day screening, which equates to about $881,000 US. Total, this movie has now made, in US dollars, $107.14 million.
It's been a good year for Japanese films in the States, man.
It should also be mentioned, this dethroned Ponyo.
Wait, you said how many yen was it?
130 million yen for a 1-day screening.
Isn't it 13 million? Or 1.3 million US?
When I was looking at the article, they had it what's it called? Converted, and I did the conversion as well. Like it came
million? Yeah, what did you say? How much?
881,569 is what it rounded to.
I mean, you got Godzilla -1 and Slam Dunk just making bank at American theaters right now.
Well, no, this wasn't American theaters. This was only Japanese.
Oh, this is only Japanese theaters? I know they had a limited run over here, though.
They did, but this past week they did a limited 1-day run in Japan.
Oh,
so that's only the 130 million yen is only the Japanese number.
And 1 day.
In 1 day. That's how many people went back to go see it.
Damn.
Basically, everyone went to the theater to either see Godzilla -1 in black and white, or they went to go see Slam Dunk movie.
I mean, they've been just extending the run on Godzilla. I think it's awesome. The best Godzilla movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's...
Yeah. I just thought that was cool, and maybe they'll bring it back over here.
At least one country's cinema is doing well. Because ours is not. I mean, we don't want to burn all of Cora's anime stories. Anybody else want to go on with something?
I mean, if you want to talk about American cinema not doing that well, I can talk about it.
Go right ahead. I can follow it up.
Okay, so Oscar nominations came out last week, or beginning of this week, I think. And people weren't happy because Barbie got nominated for Best Supporting Actress, America Ferrera, Best Lead Actor, Ryan Gosling, and Best Movie, but did not recognize the person that made that movie happen, Greta Gerwig, and the person that portrayed Barbie herself, Margot Robbie. And some people pointed out that it's absolutely hilarious that a movie that's about how women don't get recognized for their achievements had the two people responsible, both women, were underappreciated. And then other people got angry at those people because they made the very reasonable point that women did get appreciated. We had a Native American Indigenous woman for the first time ever nominated for an Oscar with Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. And America Ferrera was her first Honduran actress to get nominated. And really, I think I would argue, if I'm going to get on a little soapbox here, I think I would argue that we as humans can do something that the internet's not typically good at and hold two thoughts in our heads at the same time. I think that we can both be very happy for these amazing actresses and be like, hey, but also we've had, I think, 2 female directors ever win an Oscar for best directing. So like maybe recognize that needs to be happening as well. I think that we can do the honor of holding both of those thoughts in our head at the same time.
But isn't Greta Gerwig already one of them? Wasn't she?
She is no, she's gotten nominated for Lady Bird, but she didn't win.
Oh.
It's Catherine Bigelow and Chloe Zhao, I believe, are the only two that ever have. Catherine Bigelow for The Hurt Locker and Chloe Zhao for Nomad or I Don't Have a Home. I don't remember what it was called. It's probably a good movie.
I remember when this happened, I went in our Discord. I was like, well, Barbie movie just proved its point again.
Yep. And also they are also nominated for Best Song, but the problem with that is because they have two songs in the nomination, which is I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For? And I love both of those songs, but you never want to have two songs from the same movie in the same nomination kind of thing, because now you're splitting the vote for Barbie.
You also might get an awkward moment like happened at, I think it was the Golden Globes, when I'm Just Ken won and they cut to Ryan Gosling, who was going, he's like, no, this is the silly song. There was a wonderful song that represented girlhood, not this song.
I like that some people were looking like, he's thinking, shit, I'm going to have to perform this damn song.
Yeah.
I think it's important to mention he released a statement because he was nominated for Ken, and he said, Ryan Gosling, he said it's a longer statement, but he said there is no Ken without Barbie, and there's no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, the two people most responsible for this history-making, globally celebrated film. To say that I'm disappointed that they're not nominated in their respective categories would be an understatement. With nothing but a couple of soulless, scantily clad, crotchless dolls, they made us laugh and broke our hearts, pushed the culture, and made history. I actually think that there's more to the statement. It's a nice statement. You should go read it. I actually think Ryan Gosling being nominated for this movie is a good thing for gender equality.
And we don't want to take away from he did do a good job in that movie.
Incredible.
I thought he was hilarious.
And Margot Robbie did too. She's done interviews saying how many takes they had to stop because she was laughing at him.
That was the other part. Gosling just seemed like he was having so much fun with this role.
Well, y'all have heard the story of how he got the role, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
So Greta Gerwig had contacted him and was like, I want you to be Ken. And he wasn't so sure about it because he was kind of out of the like hot side piece, like romance role kind of stuff. And he's like, let me think about it. And then he went out to the backyard where his daughters were playing with Barbies. And they were playing with the Barbies, and he looked around and noticed that Ken was face down. The Ken doll was face down in the mud. A half squeezed lemon was just shoved on top of him, and he immediately called Greta back and was like, "His story needs to be told. I'll take it."
I think when I think about like just them playing the clips from the movies that are nominated in so many categories, like the fact that the up there with the best actor nominees is a male in a movie that so many men dismiss. So I think
yeah, I'm definitely happy for him. I do want to say absolute congratulations to America Ferrera. She was absolutely fantastic. And congratulations to Lily Gladstone, who was an absolute shining star in a thoroughly mediocre movie directed by Martin Scorsese. Lily Gladstone was amazing.
Yeah. And also, like, America Ferrera, she's the one that made me cry in the movie.
Amazing.
Like,
yeah, she had just a great part. Just that.
Yeah, I'm very happy for her.
Yeah. The part that will stick with me, I think the longest in that movie, was definitely her.
But where's Michael Cera's nomination
For Alan?
You know,
everyone should be an Alan.
Oh yeah,
I loved him.
I do want to also point out that Barbie was also nominated for Best Costume.
Yes.
Which I don't know if y'all have seen like the extras on the DVD for Barbie. They go over how they dressed each person, like each Barbie. And I think that is my favorite part about the making of, because every single person had a say in what their Barbie looked like. There's specifically an actress who is Filipino. She's a Filipino American, and she wanted like her culture's like silhouettes shown in the film. So they made her Barbie with the same kind of like puffy sleeves and dress design that they wear in the Philippines. And it made her so much more confident and happy in her costume. And they did that for everybody. And I just want to throw that out there that I think they should win on that alone.
I mean, I don't need to know what the behind the scenes costume were, because you could see them on screen. There were so damn many.
When he was throwing them all out of the closet,
Just
apparently he had to have a PA right next to him whispering the names of what the different ones were. Like, all very alliterative in their name, and he's like, pretty pink palazzo pants or whatever. And he's just, and then he made a couple up, but they didn't really get to use those because Margot Robbie was laughing too hard.
Oh, then we need that deleted scene. We need that scene.
I need.
But I mean, just the sheer amount of people and like costume changes every 5 minutes. Yeah, holy shit! Just
It also got nominated for production design. So basically, set and especially with the transitional pieces that were absolutely amazing. And it was an amazing movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah,
I've watched it. It came out on HBO Max again.
Well, I have the perfect segue, because that movie was from Mattel, of course. The makers of Barbie had a heavy hand in that, and they're willing to go to the well again. Ladies and gentlemen, the next movie that's coming from Mattel. Wait a minute, I clicked the wrong picture. It's Bob the Builder.
Hooray!
What?
It's Bob the Builder. I'm not making this up. So, on top of that, Jennifer Lopez is producing this Bob the Builder animated movie starring Anthony Ramos, who we last saw in Transformers Rise of the Beast as Noah Diaz. So, the crux of the film will have he was on In the Heights too. I didn't watch that movie though. So Bob the Builder, Roberto,
Philip from Hamilton.
Whatever. I didn't watch that either. Roberto is going to travel to Puerto Rico for a construction job, and he's going to be taking on issues affecting the island, and will dig deeper in what it means to build. Bob's journey will celebrate the vibrant and color textures of the Caribbean Latin nations and their people. Felipe Vargas is writing the screenplay. We don't have a director announced yet, but I like Anthony Ramos, and I think he can pretty much play anything.
I think you'll probably find it's Lin-Manuel Miranda directing for free.
But Jennifer Lopez putting up her own money. Just don't write anything, please. I haven't forgiven her for Geely. Anyway,
no one has.
It's like 20 years ago.
I know. I said what I said. But yeah, this is not the property I expected from Mattel to go after the success of the Barbie movie. Like, I know they're doing a lot of stuff with He-Man right now on Netflix, which I got to go watch that series after this. They have 2 shows on Netflix, amazingly. I was expecting something from Hot Wheels, honestly.
Yeah. We already have a Hot Wheels movie. It's Speed Racer.
Oh.
Cars.
Anyway. This is not the only thing they're working on. I do have a list of, they're also working on American Girl.
Okay.
A live-action Barney.
Oh.
What?
Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out is set to be in that film.
As who?
I don't know. I have no idea. Rock'em Sock'em Robots is on their slate.
Barney.
And Lena Dunham's take on Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket could be fun, but I don't trust Lena
I don't
Dunham.
trust Lena Dunham.
I also
mean,
feel like
when you
we've had
get
a
8 Oscar nominations, I guess you really get cocky, you know? We can do anything.
But like, here's my thing: is like I don't actually care if Mattel makes a bunch of movies based on their properties if they hire people that believe in telling a story that's interesting with these characters. And like Bob the Builder, maybe because it's set in the Caribbean islands and is hiring people from there. But like, Lena Dunham and Polly Pocket is not. I don't think that she's one of those people.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't. That's not what my gut instinct says. But Greta Gerwig was a weird choice for Barbie,
She was.
and she hit it out of the park. Maybe Lena Dunham had an idea that's worth it, but that it does kind of bum me out because Polly Pocket, I can see potential to the story, and I'm not excited about her.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bob, I mean, we've talked about the movie industry could be doing better right now. I guess, you know, what does Bob say? Can we fix it?
yeah,
yes,
definitely.
we
I think so.
should.
It wasn't should. You
Bob
ruined
said-
that, Core. You're the only one on board with me on that.
Bob the Builder? What are you talking about? We didn't watch that show.
Really?
No, I thought it was just a toy.
I didn't either, but I know the catchphrase at least. Can we fix it?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can.
can.
I think
Right.
is what he says, or other people say. I don't think he both asks and answers the question. That doesn't make sense.
The
Anyway.
only way I want to see American Girl dolls is if it's a horror movie, and then yes,
I thought they were just going to
See-
basically remake Les Mis.
yeah. American
See,
Girl dolls are
They're
creepy.
depressing.
Kat, I don't think you've had a story on the slate yet. You got one you want to hit at? You know,
Right,
hit on the
first of all,
puck?
Palworld with just as much mind, buddy. So let's talk
It
about
was all of ours.
sure.
Our story.
Yeah, you just said you
Like
didn't.
our
You don't.
toothbrush.
Anyway, okay, so Jon Stewart. Many of you know who Jon Stewart is. Probably all of you.
The reason we have decent late night shows
The
now.
reason
Hey.
forgot to stay in the country
Yeah.
and make his show that we really like. Jon Stewart is coming back to The Daily Show. This headline was kind of everywhere for like yesterday, I think. There are some more details about it. First of all, only on Mondays,
Yeah.
which they did not include as a big part of it. And he's going to start, I believe, hang on, I have this saved, but I believe it's February 22nd. February 12th. So Mondays,
So Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
yeah, and has said he'll host Monday episodes only until the inevitable Joe Biden versus Donald Trump showdown. Cass and I were talking about this. He retired in 2015. And I wonder if he spent 2016, especially towards the end of it, wondering if he should have done more with his voice and his talents and his ability to get cranky boomers
Yeah.
to agree with him on a lot. But it does very much seem like he seems like a very conscientious person. He's done a lot of stuff for vets since he retired and stuff like that. I think might just be like, not again.
I have personal thank yous actually for what he did for as a vet who's now undergoing actual analysis for my burn pit exposure. Thank you, Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I unfortunately have 3, so I'm being analyzed for it. But they would have denied this and not even like given me a second look had it not been for Jon Stewart out there advocating for veterans. So he's been busy. I know everybody wanted him to go back to the Daily Show, but you know, hell, at this point, I was angling to at least get a guest spot in there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's going to do it through then. And then I think they said in 2025 they're going to have a permanent host again.
Isn't he also tacked on to do some executive producing for it? I thought I read something about that. I might be wrong. I thought it said something he was going to be more active in the producer side of the show.
It would surprise me if he wasn't essentially an EP anyway.
I mean, he's got a great mind for comedy and timing and writing. He absolutely should be. I would love anything that Jon Stewart is in the writer's room for.
Yeah.
I will say I'm looking forward to this. Jon Stewart, I didn't really watch The Daily Show much ever. And so, like, when I try and go back and watch it now, the news is so outdated that I don't have a handle on what he's talking about a lot of the time. So I don't really know how much I like him, but I'm looking forward to him being on the show and finding out.
Especially knowing that he was a mentor to so many people that we love and respect, including people that now work on not only John Oliver, but Colbert. Worked with Jon Stewart. Some of Seth Meyers' writers worked for Jon Stewart. Like, he's responsible for a lot of people that are, I don't want to say political commentators, but political comedy commentators. And for a lot of that perspective. And yeah, I'm with you. Like, I'm not a huge fan of him per se because I wasn't paying attention when he was really active. And so, yeah, I'm interested to see. And I've watched some of The Problem with Jon Stewart, and he's very good, and I appreciate his advocacy.
Yeah, a lot of his on The Problem with Jon Stewart was very, like, confrontational because it was a lot of interviews. And I know The Daily Show does interviews too. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing it and seeing if the tone, because I've been watching some of the Daily Show monologues. I want to see if the tone of the show shifts for the rest of the week too, even though it's pretty funny right now. Apparently they told John Oliver live during an interview that was happening, and he was like, what I
believe he didn't tell him.
He's like, I really would have thought I would have heard about that. But they need that. And then I guess he said eventually they need a permanent person too. I was thinking maybe Roy Woods Jr., Amber Ruffin, which are two people of color comedians that don't get enough recognition for how good they are. And so that was a nice moment.
Yeah.
I still think it should be me.
Hilarious.
It should be me.
Sure.
Let me get I'm of color.
Sure. You realize that was a secondary characteristic to them being comedians, right?
I'm also a comedian, so, you know.
Right, but being a funny one.
Okay, well, you got me there.
Oh, burn.
I would love it if it were you, because if it were you, you're going to hire us full time. So
I just want to at least get a guest spot in before they pick a
I think that's fair.
Person.
How many auditions have you sent in?
I don't know. I jokingly said that, and my wife actually asked me. She was like, "Did you try?"
Yeah. You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, you seriously should send in an audition, because why not?
I'm kind of like more surprised that my wife's like, like, go for it, honey. I appreciated that. Maybe I will. Maybe they'll pick some just lame ass, old man from Dallas to do one guest night. So. Maybe Jon Stewart will see it and think it's funny. That's like my only chance. We're like, yeah, sure, give him a shot.
I mean, I think that's how half of comedians working today got started.
Somebody clip this out and send it to the Daily Show.
That's what I was thinking. At the very least, he can groom the next generation of comedians while he's back at the Daily Show. Some of my comedic talent has come out of his writer's room.
Yeah. I'm excited to see my angry old grandpa.
Yeah.
His senility is going to be awesome. It's probably already started.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we can go back around. Cora, don't you have another anime story for us?
I do, and I need you all to get out your concert glow sticks and get ready to do
I'm not gonna do that.
some idol dancing because Oshi no Ko has some live action stuff coming for you. For those who are out of the anime loop, Oshi no Ko was Yen Press's top selling manga for 2023, which is also when it came out, I do believe. And it was the reason that 90% of people got High Dive so they could watch the anime. It had one of the most iconic opening episodes ever, with the main character that's on everything dying immediately, and us having to live with the fallout with her kids. And it is honestly a fantastic show. If you've not seen it, I really do highly recommend it. The animation's beautiful, and they use a lot of idol songs. Well, we've got a film coming to Japanese theaters this winter, but we also have on Amazon Prime globally, like everywhere in the world, a TV show coming this winter. For our three main characters, which we have the main idol girl that we follow. It is going to be played by Asakura Saito. For her daughter Ruby, we have Nagisa Saito. And for her son, Aqua, we have Kaito Sakurai. And the first two, Ruby and I, are going to be played by former idols. So they already know the motions. They already know exactly what to do. And Aqua's actor is only really an actor, which also works because Aqua in the show isn't an idol. He is an actor. So it will be very interesting to see. I'm excited for it. We have the production picture already with everyone in their costumes, ready to go. I'm curious how they're going to do the star eye effect, because that's actually very plot critical, which is interesting.
I mean, we got special effects. It's not going to be hard for them.
I mean, we do, but sometimes it looks bad. Sometimes it looks good. I'm curious.
I'm curious about this show. So they're just all ex-idols, huh?
Well, the actors are, yes.
Okay, the actors are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't see like Maki Ito in there, so my favorite. The character in the show is Japan's like top idol. She has a lot of fans, and she is very popular. And she becomes pregnant and has twins, Ruby and Aqua. Which there's a reincarnation element to it that I won't get into because that's too much for right now. But after she passes away, her daughter Ruby takes up the mantle of wanting to be Japan's top idol, and she's doing good with it. And her son Aqua is doing acting, but his main goal is to find her killer. And this is going to be on Amazon Prime?
Yes. The live action show will be on Amazon Prime globally in winter of 2024. Huh?
I mean, one part of me is like, I'm glad properties like this are getting an opportunity at American markets, and yet I still can't get Super Sentai and Kamen Rider here. You bastards! Like, keep paying
I agree.
Away, please.
I agree. I think we should have more of the original Super Sentai available in America and just globally, not just in Japan. But it's still such a niche market, and idol anime is a lot more popular, unfortunately for you, Jason.
It is.
Because we've got male idol anime, we got female idol anime, it's everywhere.
I mean, there's a wrestler in Joshi, and she's appeared in AEW. She is an idol, Maki Ito, but she was terrible at it, so she became a wrestler. But she's still partially an idol. It's a great gimmick, by the way. But
oh yeah, so that's hilarious. Yeah, I would like more Super Sentai though. Which, hey, maybe once Loser Ranger comes out, maybe that'll pave the way a little bit more.
Yeah, but a part of me is upset. I'm like, hey, can I get some of this stuff in the States? But the more and more stuff that comes in, the greater my chances get. So
yeah,
keep bringing it on. Like every time a movie like Godzilla is a success at the theater, it's another chance for something else from overseas to make its way here. So keep them coming,
The rising tide lifts all boats kind of vibe.
Exactly. Somebody will break. Somebody's going to break one day.
Did you see Jason? FX is doing a show called Shogun that looks really, really violent and intense.
I definitely saw something on that though.
Yeah, I saw a trailer today. It looks pretty good. I
I'm
don't
pretty
I'll
sure.
have to look into that.
Looks
I'm pretty
like a
sure I
lot
saw
of
something on it, but I don't think I've seen the full trailer yet. So I'll have to check it out.
They put out a Red Band trailer, I think today.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Now you have my attention. I like Red Band trailers.
that's what I thought.
Speaking of Amazon Prime, though, everybody enjoy Hazbin Hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
I haven't had a chance to watch it.
It's amazing. You're gonna love it.
I mean, I
Do you
watched the
need
pilot
help
way
getting-
back in the day.
Do you need help getting to the pilot or to the new episodes?
No, I have Amazon Prime.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to watch it. Oh,
Fair.
I have seen Alistair's song. I have seen that video.
Yeah.
The
And-
desire for me to cosplay Alistair is really just burning.
Do it.
I mean, you got the shoulders.
I've been looking at it low key, like which character am I gonna do?
I think I can do the smile, or because I'm always like kind of grinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to have a monocle too.
Quite.
Oh, Stephanie Beatrice's character would be fun. I forget her name.
Uh,
Vaggie?
It is
Maggie?
Maggie. Yeah.
Maggie.
Like, why is her name that?
You know why her name is that.
No,
You
no,
know.
no. I do not. But anyway, it almost seems condescending. I actually like that character. Anyway,
She's amazing.
She
Cool.
is amazing. Like that's the first one that came to mind for me as far as cosplaying, but I don't know. I don't feel drawn to cosplaying her. I just like her.
I either want to cosplay Charlie or Nifty. The little
Very
one
nifty.
Nifty's the one that my heart goes to immediately.
She's so cute.
Sounds like we got a cosplay group we need to plan out. Anyway.
Oh goodness.
Hold on. Let me let me just look. I'm
What?
not looking at that. I'm looking at something else.
Well, I was going to ask you if you had a story, but I can go to Cat instead while you.
Let me
mess
just
around.
say, I'm not committing to which one I want to play until a certain character I know has to shows up,
Oh yeah.
just
Yeah.
in case. But yeah, okay. So there's a series on Netflix called The Diplomat, and it only has one season so far, and you guys should watch it at some point. It has Carrie Russell, who is most well known for being Felicity way back in the day, but who is keeping it tight.
Mhm.
It looks really good. Married to somebody that I absolutely love, Rufus Sewell. A bunch of cool people, cool names, whatever. Just a really clever show, and much better than I would have expected from the first season of a show called The Diplomat that was on Netflix. They announced they do have a season 2, and it's going to bring into it Allison Janney. Allison Janney is, most people know her first from The West Wing as the press reporter, CJ Craig, or if you've seen Moms, she's the older mom. That's not Anna Faris.
Or Finding Nemo, I guess.
Or Finding Nemo, or
The starfish.
10 Things I Hate About You back in the day as the teacher who was writing smut. Anyway, she's been in a lot of stuff. Just a delightful actress, a lot of fun to watch. And she's going to be on season 2 of The Diplomat. Yay! I'm excited.
I'm over the moon. I love Allison Janney so much, and I didn't like Moms, but that it was more about format than anything else, I think.
Yeah, stuck with it here and there, but just like,
Yeah.
mm.
But I love her so much.
I
wanna
did
have her
marvel
babies.
constantly at how good she looked.
Yeah.
Like, she's not a young woman. And yeah. Anyway, it makes sense in the show. I'm not just like thirst trapping. Like, the mom runs around as a now grandma in like skimpy outfits and stuff. And I was just very proud of her for how good she looked in those outfits at close to 70 or something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, we're running out running out of time very quickly. I had one more. It was just mine. Mine can be Cass. Go ahead. Mine's just over Netflix and their idiocy. But go ahead with yours.
Honestly, mine's just a quick shout out to Sydney Sweeney for finally doing a project that I want to watch. There's a trailer came out today for a movie called Immaculate. It's a little bit The Unborn, a little bit The Omen. It's about a nun that is seemingly celestially impregnated, played by Sydney Sweeney of Euphoria fame. She's done kind of a lot of stuff, but never anything that's quite caught my eye like this. She's the blonde. She's the Cassie, maybe? She's in like the main group, but she's the blonde. Anyway, yeah, impregnated. There looks to be a little bit of body horror, but like a lot of like the Omen vibes with creepy things happening, and it's horror, so I'm excited. And I like her. I just haven't really watched a lot of stuff in her that she's in, and so I'm excited about it. Should be good.
Cool. I did have a couple of shout outs. Of course, our friends over there at the Five-Sided Fates. We're going to be getting them back on the show. They are officially slated for the 15th February to come back on the show. Going to be talking about Speedy RPG and, of course, FateCon. That's awesome. Go over to Fate-Con and get your tickets. And if you're watching the show, we might be giving away some passes to go to FateCon. Also, if you're out and about and you're done with our show, go over to the Texas Theater right now and go check out the Maki Horror Picture Show, doing probably a fine job of mocking the 90s Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme playing an American soldier named Guile with blonde hair.
But why? How would they have anything to make fun of?
I mean, that'd be the only thing, because Ming Na Wen is awesome in that movie, and so is Raul Julia. So, y'all watch it with your gags over there. I hope they get quite a showing. But yeah, two friends of ours we're putting out the call for. We've got All-Con coming up and some content planned for that. We'll be getting into a little bit more later. We're actually, should we go ahead? We might be providing some content for FateCon. We're working on that right now. Cora, I know one thing on our channel that we do is the tabletop role-playing games, and I actually did get some messages asking when we will be going back to doing our bi-weekly gaming sessions, and I'm going to turn that over to Cora.
All right, so we are still in the planning stages to continue the Tirana campaign, but until then, we're going to run some one-shots, have some fun. We're going to be meeting next week to go over some stuff for our next one-shot, which means that, hold on, let me pull up a calendar so I can get proper dates. Our next game that y'all will see will be on February 17th, and it will be a horror one-shot. So if horror is not your deal, just be cautious.
It's your deal. Watch
it. You talking to me? Cause it's my deal. It's a lot of my deal. Big deal.
So cool. Something kind of still some tabletop role playing, but a little bit different. We're gonna spice things up a little bit. So it's gonna be fun. So check that out. Look for more announcements on that coming up very soon. We got some cons we're applying for, and yeah. I think that's it for announcements. Anybody else got anything?
Nope.
All right, cool. Well, next week, we hope to be back in studio.
We'll see.
I'm going to work very hard to get the studio up and running again. Oh, God, she zoomed in. She zoomed and enhanced on me.
Yeah, keeping an eye on you, Jason.
So, yeah, I got some work to do. Hopefully I get it done. But, yeah, if you want to follow us, go check us out at supercoolnerdshow.com. You can follow us at SCNS Live on several social media platforms. Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky. I'm not going to mention that other one until somebody else dies. And if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. I said Twitter. You can find me on socials at JasonTheX. Cora, where can they find you?
Oh, You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CorodonoArt.
Instagram at the Good Cast.
Instagram at BetterCat. I've put some stuff on there.
Yes, you did. Go check out some of the pictures from our summer trip. But anyway, guys, that is it. We will see y'all next week in studio. Hopefully.
Maybe.
And until then, as we always say around here, keep on nerding.
On nerding.
The outro doesn't want to work.
Of course
You're just
not.
breaking everything. Breaking
Oh,
everything.
It's not doing it. It's not doing the thing.